Hey, welcome to my live stream. Thank you so much if you're watching live. Thank you if you are watching on the replay. I thought that we'd do a slightly different live stream, as I do every time. And that is because this one is going to be like a bit of an art haul, and I'm going to be unboxing the new art supplies that I've got and then swatching them out. And we can just chat art supplies as we do. But before I do that, I just want to give a special thank you to StreamYard. If you don't know, StreamYard is an all-in-one live streaming platform, and they are what I have been using to create live streams since I first started. But they very kindly gave me like an upgrade, which is why over the past 6 months, I've been able to live stream more. The quality of my live streams has increased and you can watch them in 1080p. I've been able to invite guests rather easily. So all these kind of extra features that you have been seeing over the past few months have been as a result of StreamYard. So I just thought that I would give a very special shout out to them, even though they haven't requested it or asked for anything in return. I have linked them down below so that if you want to try out StreamYard for your own live streaming, you can do that. They have a number of different plans, including a free plan if you want to start with that. And actually last year I got started with the free plan. And it's funny because obviously when I started live streaming, I thought that one of my goals for, I think 2021 was that I would do it once. Or no, I would do it 3 times. I would live stream 3 times to see if I liked it before giving up, because I was kind of, I thought I wouldn't enjoy it basically, but I was tempted to do it because I'd done like a StreamYard 1 week introduction to live streaming. And then I loved it. And since then I've been live streaming every month ever since, sometimes like this month, multiple times a month. So just wanted to give a special shout out to them and to mention them. And if you have any questions about live streaming, StreamYard, or anything like that, then feel free to ask throughout the live stream. But yeah, I feel like I was being a bit melodramatic with the title of like the last art haul. I felt like adding ever as well. We shall see, right? Like I feel like I've now got a really good range of art supplies. So I don't know if I will be doing many art hauls moving forward, or maybe I don't know. We shall see. But certainly the last art haul live stream that I'll be doing for a while. Let's leave it like that, and then maybe do some recorded videos. Hey, Astroglio. Hey, Miss Ebony. Thank you all for joining. Good morning. And good afternoon if you're on my side of the world. So I'm sure you guys are all eagerly anticipating. There's a number of things that I want to show. I am going to admit that it is slightly different for us, especially us like watercolor lovers, because it is in fact not watercolor. Hey, Dark Roast. It is acrylics. So it's a number of different acrylic things that I have got recently. And I've shown you these in the last video that I've done, the one that I released yesterday, which was an art vlog. I finally did a proper art vlog, which I'm really excited about. But as I mentioned in that video, I haven't actually used these. I think I heard Laura Horn mention them, and that's what got me tempted to get these. So we have these to try out. Oh, hey, Hamrib. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that everyone's here. I hope that you guys are all doing well. My aim for this is, yes, to like bring out these art supplies, but also just create, just, you know, in a nice, relaxed way, mess around with art supplies with no pressure. Sarah Burns released a video yesterday that I think is something like permission to play. And I feel like it's really, it's a really good mindset to adopt. Like sometimes you just play with your art supplies. So I've also got the Poscas, which my Ko-fi members will have seen already, and we'll swatch those out. So it's very much acrylic. And then look what just came. Can you see this? Oh, let me not flash my address. Okay, this. I know, Hamrib. You know what? I am ready when you are. I know that I was the reason that it hasn't happened yet, because life has been a roller coaster, but I am honestly so excited for our collaboration, our collaborations actually, because we've got so many great ideas that I really want to do all of them. But yeah, I've just got this massive astroglue. When I say like the level of fangirling that I have, like for example, if you guys don't know Hamrib, please just check out her channel. Like take a moment, check out. I'm so like check out her channel and then like come back on the stream and be like, rah, like her portraits are amazing, her YouTube is amazing, and she's like, yeah, I absolutely love her art, and she's so wonderful. So when I say I can't even believe that she's in my live stream, Talk Less watches my videos, Talk Less like Sarah Burns watching my, like, it's unreal. I feel like I am surrounded by celebrities. But yeah, this just arrived, and I figured it would be nice to unbox. Normally, I unbox on camera anyway, because I've been getting like a lot of art supplies that are broken, and I don't want the companies to then be like, oh, well, did you break it or was it broken when it arrived? So sometimes it's just good to, especially if it's something fragile, it's just good to open it on camera, even if you're not streaming. But let's open this and not cut myself live and direct. So if you can you hear me? Probably not over all of this. Oh, hey Jennifer. Hold on. I'll open this and then we'll have like a proper conversation. It's too big to fit on my table, in case you're wondering what in that. Okay. Woo. Yay, look at this. I think my Ko-fi members know about this already. Let me be a YouTuber. I've got the flash paints. So let me put these here. Oh, let's. Okay, don't judge me. I'm just gonna throw these on the floor so that I can unbox these properly, because I am so excited about this. Any guesses on how many I got? Well, 36. I would have if I could have. Hold on, let me just bring these out so that I can move the box. I'm so happy that they all seem to be fine. Oh. General paper. Okay, whew. Let's show them. So it's not as many as 36, although they have 76 colors. They are normally, I think, £13.50. So I was tempted to get these by two videos. The first one being Moni D Major, who made a video comparing them to acrylic gouache, and the second being Helen Cryer, who made a recent video getting a few colors. And from there I was like, okay, cool, I'm now in the mixed media game. Let me get these and see how they complement. Oh, I'm so excited. So they are essentially matte acrylics. They're called, it says emulsion vinylique. It's French. Here, let me hold it up here so that we can see. But it's essentially matte acrylic. And the way that it seems to differ from acrylic gouache is that it seems to be able to take layering a bit better, in terms of like you're able to layer pencils on it better and more vibrant. They appear more vibrant. So whereas I think that, and also you get a lot more. So I think that although they technically, like, these are £13.50 and I got them on sale for £10.60-ish. Some of them are more expensive than others. So although they technically like are expensive, like £13.50 for one color, you do get more paint than you normally would in acrylic gouache, because gouache can be on the pricier side, and it also allows you to layer better. So the way that I've kind of seen it is that it will be great for like mixed media works, whereas perhaps if I want something to just be like finished in acrylic wash, I will use that as instead. Oh, I'm so glad. Hey everyone. Hey, looking up. Yeah, Moni. When I saw Moni's video initially, I was like, oh, I wasn't doing mixed media work that much. I didn't have any pencils. So I thought, oh, okay, cool, like make a mental note, but not really for me. And then when I started like, painting with different medias, I was like, oh, okay, I am tempted. So these are the colors that I have got. Oh, this one's dented, but hopefully it should be fine. They come in, I think this feels like glass. Yeah, glass bottles, glass jars rather, which is so cute. I'd probably say not travel friendly if I am being completely honest. I just want to arrange them in a way that is pleasing for all of us. So I normally start off with my yellows. And as I do so, I can tell you the colors that I've got and pray they don't roll off my table. Are these expensive? The cups are huge. So yeah, the cups are, let me see how much they are on Jackson's. I think because I was initially going to get them from Jackson's, but they didn't have a lot of the colors that I wanted. So in the end, I got them from somewhere else. And I was considering getting them so they're available on Jackson's, Art Miranda and Cassart. And the only reason Art Miranda is the cheapest place. However, I didn't know about custom fees, so I started getting concerned that I may end up buying them and then they get stuck at customs and, so on and so forth. I was then going to get them from Jackson's because I love Jackson's, but like I said, they didn't have most of the colors. Quite a lot of them are sold out at the moment. So in the end, I had to get them from Cassart. I don't tend to buy from there often, only if I can't find it anywhere else. This probably makes sense like this, even though that's a green. Okay, forgive me for not making sense with my colors order. Actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm like, I was thinking, how did I get no reds? Which in theory is actually true. I have like next to no reds. That's okay. If I need more colors, I'll get them. So on Jackson's, they are $12.30. And on Cassart, I think they were $13.50, but they were doing a sale where they'd reduce them. So this is 125 mils, and they are roughly £12. So you do get a lot of paint for the cost. Oh, these are very similar. And then, okay, the order doesn't necessarily make sense, but look at that. Doesn't it look like, let me actually see what you can see. It's so funny. The same person who, as in me, being the same person who's like, I just want to open them on camera to make sure that they're not damaged. And then I'm like, are they? Does that sound like glass to you? I did the same when I got the ceramics as well. And thankfully they were fine. I'm just catching up on the chat. So they are not $50 per tube, per jar. They are probably, let's call it an even £12.50, like give or take £12.50. And some of them are more expensive. So these two here are actually more expensive, like a higher range. I'm going to answer your questions and then we can talk through the colors that I've got. Yeah, I know, Dark Rose. This is the thing, right? You are correct. I am not or was not interested in acrylics that much. I've done like quite a few acrylic paintings. The painting that I have, the two paintings that I have up in my house are acrylic paintings, but I've just never really like enjoyed them. I don't know why, because in theory I should. And then And then I started doing like more mixed media work and working in layers more. And I started wanting to have a mixture of different supplies. So basically, supplies that will reactivate with water, like gouache and watercolor, and supplies that will not reactivate, so that I can mix the two together. So in isolation, probably won't use them as much, although I like acrylic gouache. But that is essentially what has led to this 360 over the span of 2 years, to be fair. Yeah, so the cheapest, hey J Cookie, the cheapest that I've seen them on Art Miranda, they were £9. So they were a lot cheaper on Art Miranda. It's just I didn't know about customs, that's why I didn't buy it from there. Hey Mrs. Z, welcome. I'm honestly not judging. Like these are, I think they're supposed to be like slightly different because they will in theory dry matte. So I'm really excited to see what they look like. And yes, they're 125 mils. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Like, as long as your order is under 130, then you won't have to pay duties or taxes, like for the UK. My only concern was because they were on sale, I didn't know if the 130 is like their RRP or the actual amount that I pay. And the recommended retail price was a lot higher than I would have paid. So in the end, I just ended up getting them from the UK. But I do need to like get over that phase. Yeah, I'm talking US. No, I'm talking GBP, Great British Pounds. I know I haven't tried them yet, and Da Vinci is another example of something I haven't bought because like customs and shipping from abroad just make it very expensive to get it in the UK. I was very kindly sent some like gigantic dot cards by Renee, who allowed me to fall in love with them, but still actually getting a set would be quite expensive in the UK. And very, very pretty jars. They're available on Jackson's, so if you want them, and I've linked them down below. And if you haven't used the code already, if you use my link and it's the first time you've bought from Jackson's, you'll get 10% off. If you use my link and you've bought from Jackson's before, and then you use the discount code Scrubs10, as in like, you know, Sketches and Scrubs, but Scrubs10, then you get 10% off even if you've bought from them before, but this only works once. Yeah, that's the thing. 7 jars. I mean, this is how many actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Cool. I didn't even check to make sure they're all arrived. Okay, shall we love acrylics? Oh, good. So it's quite a mixture. Quite a few people like them. Ooh, $17 to $22 in Toronto. Mustard. Okay, let me start off by telling you the colors and then we can swatch them out. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button. I know that we are early on. Oops. Let me make sure. I know that we are early on into the stream, but still it helps and it lets YouTube know that actually these are worth doing. So this first color is white. Do they have an English name as well? I'm just checking. Matte Intense, multi-purpose, extra fine. Pigments PW6 and PW5. Vinyl emulsion, extra fine. Okay, if you see the name in English, let me know, because some of them I may not remember the actual name of. So this is white. Nice and easy to start off with. Then this one is yellow. This is going to be very interesting. This is, I think, is it lemon yellow? I feel like that's the color that I would have bought. I might have to bring out the receipt just to make sure that I'm giving you the correct ones. So this is lemon yellow. This is white, lemon yellow. This is Naples yellow. Really nice. To be fair, I could have just added white to a yellow, but I thought that would be nice. And then, sorry, I don't know if you can see here, the little black squares here indicate like whether it's opaque, semi-transparent or not. And then series one kind of lets you know the series one is the cheaper one. So for example, I have a few, these two are series two, which is why they cost more. So this is opaque, this is semi-opaque, this is opaque. Then this one is transparent, and it is still the grain. You can see the name. You can see the name here. Still the grain vet. And this is one that I've seen in Helen Cryer's video and looked really, really nice. Oh, the English was there behind. I missed it. Top row. Oh yeah, here. Still the grain green. Thank you guys. Hey Paolo. So this one is semi-transparent, and although I wasn't too keen on getting semi-transparent, I just really like the color. So that's what. Then this is yellow ochre. It's a bit browner than I would expect, but we shall see when we swatch it out. Series 1 and opaque. This one here is Venetian pink. Yeah, Venetian pink. It's again opaque, series 1 color, and I just thought it looked so nice. Every so often I get drawn to these like really romantic pastel like palettes, especially because I want to try and do some more abstract work. So I feel like it will lean really well to that. Then this one is, mate, Terre de Sienne Brûlée, burnt sienna. And it is opaque, and again, series 1. And then we have semi-opaque magenta. I didn't really look into the opacities when I was getting them, to be honest. I was just more thinking about the colors that I would want to try and the kind of different color palettes that I think would look nice. It's interesting that I didn't get a red. I don't tend to like painting with reds, but I do feel like it's a helpful color. So we'll see whether I feel like I'm missing it and need to add it. But really and truly, we'll see. I have enough paints. Then this is Prussian blue, which is again opaque. Following that, we have ultramarine, because helpful color all the time. So this one's opaque, this one's semi-opaque. Then we have this beautiful color. This one was part of the reason why I didn't buy from Jackson's, because it was sold out on Jackson's, and this is blue ash. And I just thought, again, it's just such a really nice, beautiful color. I don't even know what I would like. These two to me look so adorable, including like the green. So that's why I kind of wanted it. It's not quite pastel, it's a bit more moody. Then we have Blue Lagoon Blue, which is opaque, and PB15 and PW6. And then we have Water Green, like a very nice light green, which is PW6 and PG7. And then we have this one, which is Chrome Green. So the green, this one was the only one that I wasn't really 100% sure about, but I kind of felt like it would be beneficial to have a green rather than mixing it myself all the time. So I wanted like a run-of-the-mill middle kind of green. It doesn't, no, so it doesn't mean, although it kind of almost looks like a green gold, I'm assuming you're talking about this one, is literally like even the English version, still the grain green. I don't know what that means. No, no, Miss Ebony. So shall we swatch some of these out and then, well, all of these out actually, because why not? I will open them. This is the one drawback that I think, as cute as the jars are, they're not really conducive to limited table space, are they? Oh. Yay. Do we need to swatch out white? Okay, let's just swatch out white just so that we can see if it's opaque or not. And we'll see. I don't want everything to fall over. Then here, oh my gosh, we have the lemon yellow. You can kind of see they're not filled to the top. This one's kind of filled 75% of the way. Sad times. Then this one, this is gonna be, is Naples yellow. Again, 70. That looks delicious. Does it look like custard? Is that what's attracting me to that color? Looks like edible. It's not edible, but looks absolutely delicious. Oh, thank you. That's a very good point. Nacho cheese. That is a very, let me not put that there. Good point. Astroglio. Let me start off with these colors. I won't open all of them. I won't have them like all open at the same time, if that makes sense. Let's swatch out these 5 first. Oh, I want you to be able to see them. Move these to the side for now. Oh no, got paint all over me already. This is the thing, like really and truly, perhaps it doesn't make sense to make this a live stream, but I thought it would be so fun. I could not help myself. There we go. Swatching from the lids. And let me get a Sharpie. So I have a Sharpie pen. It looks like hollandaise. I know, I want all of them as well, but there's 76, so I know that realistically I will never, unless they want to sponsor, always open to that. I know that I won't get to that. But yeah, matches my dress. I'm feeling very summery because it is scorching hot here. And it's actually a bit cooler outside, but my home just makes it super hot. So we have 14 colors. Let's swatch these out. I'm gonna be completely extra. I am so sorry, but I will be quick about it. I'm just going to draw. I'm using a Sharpie pen, hoping that it doesn't go to the other side. Just going to draw cute little jars. Maybe make them different shapes to represent these, and then it will mean that we can kind of see the opacity. So I'm not too bothered if they don't look, amazing, because in theory they will be covered. And I think this is like a really cute, so we've done some jars for that one, a really like nice way to swatch out colors, and then it's actually even more helpful when you come back to it. Now sometimes I will just do a line, and that's fine. It's entirely dependent on what I feel like doing at that moment in time. And then doing paint tubes. Whoops, wonky paint tube. And another paint tube. I'm gonna make this one. I'm just looking down for 1 second so that I can do these quickly, and then we can swatch them, because I'm sure that's the bit that we're waiting for. I almost want to do and then shall we do jars again? Or what's another cute thing we could do? I like tubes. Hey, the mighty Pental. Hey, Clarice. Oh, scorching means hot, like really hot. What does it mean for you guys? And might do, I'll consider doing color swatches. Let me do the jars again. Or actually, let me do like yeah, I'll just do jars again. It feels very sketchily. I've never like sketched with Sharpies before. Okay, that's 12. And we can do some more here. This is my new low pressure sketchbook, in case you can't tell. And do another tube here. With a paint splodge there. Cool. I'm in the UK, Kimberly. No, Miss Ebony. This is why I didn't post it on Asher, you know? You're sitting in 40-degree heat. That's insane. Currently, I think in my room is 34, and I am not I am not handling it well. Because it's so humid as well. And I think because I'm under the studio lights, it makes it even worse. Hey ZG Art. Welcome. We are we have an art haul. I said last art haul ever, but not too sure about that, to be honest. I'm just looking for might have to use this. Just looking, like, because they are acrylic, even, you know, I don't want to use like watercolor brushes. What I want to use is I think this will do. I think this is the Himimiya brush. Yeah, so I don't want to use, like, you know, the most precious, most expensive of brushes, even though I am going to bring, oh, and there goes our first one. Let me know if you've got a good view. So this is white, PW6 and PW5, and it is opaque. We'll see how that dries. Then next we have lemon yellow, which is rated a semi. Yeah, can you see the difference? Gosh, what is it with the yellows? Opaque in watercolor and not opaque in anything else. So this is lemon yellow. We're going to read the pigment information, PY4. And we'll see if they dry matte as well. I suspect that they will. That is their unique selling point. So that's one layer. I'll let it dry and maybe see, like, go over half of it and see if that dries. Oh, you're in Sardinia. I'm so jealous. I think I'd be okay with the heat if I was in Sardinia. Then this one is Naples yellow, rated as opaque. We shall see. It's given. Yeah, okay, fine. judging them all. And it is PW5, PW6, and PY42. So essentially white and PY42, yellow ochre. Then we have this one, which I thought was a beautiful color. It's PY129, and it is still the grain green. It's the only transparent one that I got, I think. I just thought it was a really nice green. I guess, yeah, it does resemble green gold quite a bit. We can also observe to see how long it takes for them to dry, because I didn't want something that would take forever to dry. I'm not patient enough for it. But yeah, you can see, like, definitely transparent. You can see through it. And then we have this one, which is yellow ochre, and it is PY42. So I think when I was buying this set, I had a couple of things in mind. One was like abstract art, and the other was like gouache landscapes. And whether this would complement those well, like trying to do mixed media landscapes. So that's why I kind of picked earthy colors as well as some like just nice bright colors. Yeah, it's definitely warm in the UK right now. Sardinia is beautiful. I went there many years ago and really enjoyed it. It was like a really nice and chill. Is that dry yet? Almost. Really like nice and chill holiday. I went with my brother initially, then he left earlier. And I stayed the rest of the time. Shall we swatch out the pinks next? I kind of don't want to close these, or I'll close some of them. What I won't close is these two, so that we can do another pass and see. But I will close this delicious looking Naples yellow and the yellow ochre. I mean, it says it's opaque. I think maybe all of them would kind of benefit from a second pass. Like you can see that as they're drying, we can start seeing the jars a little bit more. And the white. Let's close that. Oh my gosh. Initially, I completely forgot that I'd need white. But I didn't, it wasn't like even part of my original order. It was very much a last minute addition, thank God, because I think otherwise I would have just used like normal acrylic, but it's helpful that I have it. Let's do the pinks. Oh my gosh. Why is this so hard? I don't want to use my dress. Paper's even worse. Whew, only on a live stream. Okay, got that. Note to self, probably not the best for anyone who, if anyone has like arthritis or anything like that in their hands. I wouldn't get it unless you have someone to help you open them. Oh, they look so nice though. And they do come in tubes as well. The tubes are 80 ml tubes. Just, go hard or go home, I thought. I was tempted by the jars being adorable as well, I think, more so than anything else. So we have this color, which is burnt sienna, and it's PR 101. Really nice. See, I was also thinking autumn. Don't know if that's very evident. So it's PR 101 and rated as opaque. And then let's do the magenta. So this one's semi-transparent. That's a really nice color. Pretty. These are essentially my reds. I can't believe I didn't buy a red. 14 colors and not one red. And then the pink. So sorry, the magenta is it PR122? No, PR122. Queen magenta, and then this pink is PW6 and PR101. So they just added white to this color. But it's so nice. It's beautiful. And it's rated as opaque. So I'm laying it on thick and we shall see. But I think opaque is relative. They are drying. Can you see they're drying matte? And oh, sorry, the paints that I'm swatching are the LeFranc, I can't say it, LeFranc Bourgeois flash paints, and they are acrylic paints that dry matte, and in theory will allow you to layer pencils a lot better on top of them, which is what drew me in. Watching this while eating yogurt. I love that, Brianna. It just looks so nice. As I say, they had 76 colors, so it was actually quite hard to narrow them down. And then we have a few more colors left. Wonder which ones are. So we have these two greens and then these blues. So I'll probably do the greens next and then do the blues. It could possibly be inconspicuous. Bourgeois. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Renee. Oh, look at this. It looks more green than it does on the camera. On the camera, yeah, it looks a little bit more like mint ice cream. It is water green and it is PW6 and PG7. So on the camera, just note it looks a lot more blue than it actually is. I almost want to, maybe my swatching won't make sense. I'll swatch it here anyway, and then maybe I'll swatch it again next to the blue. Whoops, I should have swatched from the lid. So this one is semi-transparent. I think it looks delicious. I'm just thinking, yeah, okay, better. Initially I was thinking, oh, it's too transparent and what will I use it for? But it is actually really nice. Another one I will leave open, and then I'll swatch out this green as well. This one was the only one that I wasn't quite sure about, which is pistachio ice cream. No, it's not the ash blue, it's the water green. This one is chrome green, and it's just a run-of-the-mill green. I don't know if I will like it, but I thought that it might serve as a good place to basically save paint, in that I won't have to use up all my yellow trying to mix greens. I'll have a place to start from and then work my way from there. So this is just chrome green. That is really nice and satisfying to lay down. Feels like nice and velvety, smooth. It is rated as opaque, which I agree with, but it will dry anyway. It has PY4, PY42, and PB15. So this yellow, yellow ochre, and a phthalo blue. That is nice. Feels risky to have all of these open, but gotta live life on the edge. And then let's do our blues. So I'll end with this blue. So let's start off with this one. And this is Prussian blue. Prussian blue and I have a love-hate relationship, but I keep going back to it because it is so nice and I love the mixes that I make from it and I love how dark and beautiful it is. And I'm talking about the Prussian blue that I've used from Winsor & Newton at Squash. So naturally, I was tempted to get it in this. And look at that. It's just really nice, dark and rich. That's wonderful. Then we have ultramarine, and sorry, it should be PB27. Let's see. Oh, it's a mixture. So it's a hue. It is Prussian blue hue, and it is made up of PB29, PBK11, and PB15. So ultramarine blue, Mars black, and phthalo blue. And look at me getting yellow all over. Oh, look at that. That looks stunning. Ultramarine, look at that showing off. Oh, hey, Mochi Mochis. Sorry, yeah, it went through on Discord, but it was a very like last minute decision on my part. I thought that it would be nice to end the StreamYard collaboration, or maybe like prolong the StreamYard collaboration with a live stream. So this is ultramarine blue. Wonderful. They're all drying matte. And then this one was the one that I was really excited about. Let's hope it doesn't disappoint me. And this is the ash blue. Have you guys got a good view? Oh, just look at that. That is delicious. It's I feel like on camera it's slightly more baby blue. So imagine it, I think maybe when I turn it like this, can you see like on the lid, the color that's on the lid now, how it's slightly less baby blue than the color in the jar? The color on the lid on the camera now is more accurate than the color in that you're seeing in the jar, if that makes sense, right? That's just the camera changing everything because of the lighting. Oh, look at me trying to balance it on top of like literally by my yellow dress. And let's take that. Yay. I don't even know what I'm going to create with this color, but I'm so drawn to it. Just think it's so nice and muted. So this is ash blue. Am I going to use this as an alternative to gouache? Interesting. I don't think so. I think my love for gouache is too strong, but we shall see in a year's time. I think. Oh, thank you so much, Moki. I just put on like a nicer dress for us. It's not gouache, it's acrylic. This is matte acrylic. So it will not reactivate once dry. We can test that out. And then last but not least, we have this one, which is Lagoon Blue. And yeah, looks like a baby blue. I don't know why I was going to smell it. This is PB15 and PW6. So this is just the reason that I got this set and was tempted by this set is just so that I could have a different way to start off my mixed media paintings, to have a non-water soluble way. So whether I'm using artist pit pens or I'm using this or I'm layering on top, that was kind of the aim or the inspiration behind getting these colors. Oh, that is so nice. This one is, so these two are series 2, so they are more expensive than the others. So I think I paid £12 for this one on sale, and it's normally £14. The things that I'll have to remember with all of these is, don't leave them out for long. Don't let them, because once they dry, they are permanent. So I'm just going to do a second layer over the yellow to see if that makes a difference to the opacity. I'll cover half of the circle with a second layer and see. It's still, just putting that back, ever so stingy. Still not the greatest, but better. The green, are there any mixes that you want to see? I kind of want to, the green, yeah, second layer is making like next to no difference. Let me add another, like, I mean, still second layer, just adding it on thick. Looks more promisingly opaque on this when I put it on thick. So we shall see how it dries. And then magenta, just putting it on 1/2. That's just more so for my own curiosity than anything else. And then ultramarine blue. That's so nice. And ash blue. So putting it on back to 50 thick. It used to be something they used to say on Love Island all the time. And ta-da! Doesn't this look delicious? You like the green? You would love to see the dark green with the white. Cool. Let me. Oh, please let me know. Do you hear an echo? It's fine if it's just me. Oh, lovely. Is anyone else creating? This is my low pressure sketchbook that I'm using as well. And I think a big part of like why I'm feeling so free is our art challenge that's going on Ko-fi at the moment. Let me put, so we'll see if these will stay wet. But I'm gonna just put some of the colors onto my palette there so that I can close these delicious looking pots and not dry them out. So if there's a color that you want to see more of, speak now or forever hold it. No. Ooh. Let me know, and then I'll take it out and we can use it for doing a few mixes and see what we get. Oh, I'm so excited. Which one do we want? I've put the yellow ochre away. Shall we do some of the burnt sienna as well? See how mixing browns can make us some nicer greens. This is the thing, the big jars are a bit of they look beautiful, but obviously they're not conducive with urban sketching. They're not conducive even for, flying and putting in your carry-on because they're over 100 mils. So they're very much like studio paints. But then I don't know, is it because I'm not an acrylic painter, and normally you'd put it out on a stay wet palette and that would be fine. This one is the one that's dented. That's why it's struggling to close, but hopefully it will continue to have a good seal. Which other colors? So you said you want to try out the green. Ooh, could I possibly be inconspicuous? Bye, Mrs. G. Mrs. Z even, sorry. Enjoy church. And let me put that there. So yeah, if there's any mixes in particular that you'd like me to try, just let me know. I think for someone who has a small desk, as I do, it is challenging to put all of these in a place or in a way that makes sense, other than doing this. Like, you'd have to literally just, oh, why is your anxiety running high? You'd have to literally just pour it out onto a stay wet palette, as I'm doing, I think, or work with a limited palette, and if you want to have them open. There it goes. Purple, try and mix purples. Okay. That's the blue going back. If you could see the way everything was balanced, then you'd feel anxious. Or rather, even more anxious. I'm just cleaning my brush. Don't want to get any of that acrylic left in my brush. So I'm going to take some of the Prussian blue so that we can try and do a few mixes with that as well. I'm just trying to rub off as much of that as I can onto my palette. And find a place to balance all these. Okay, then we have, I like the ash blue. Maybe we'll see if we can mix something similar. Sorry, the camera's shaking because I am cleaning my brush so vigorously. This is the ash blue. And then we have this baby blue. Do we need this baby blue? We can put a little bit. Or maybe it won't. Unless you want to see it. As in, I don't want to have all the colors out on the palette because then they'll dry. So we'll start with a few and then add more as needed. This is for here. Lovely. We can see if we can make a nice pink as well with that. And just taking it from the lid. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Corinne. We are swatching out French paints, in fact. And then that leaves us the pink, which we've already swatched, put away. And then we'll see if we can mix a nicer green. And let me just open up the white again. Is anyone else in their sketchbooks or just the Mightier pencil? So I'm just putting lots of white on this, like in different places, basically. so that we can mix them and see. Okay, cool. I will mix the green with the white to start off with. Dark Crow is still drinking coffee. Foolish one. Oh, you're in your travel sketchbook. And what was the good question? Oh, why is this the last art haul? I just meant for a while, like, and also because I'm not sure if I will see about live streaming as well. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with like the good quality of live streaming that I've been doing if I step down to a different platform. So we shall see. I was being dramatic when I was making the title on a whim. So this is yellow. What am I saying? This is the green plus the white. So the chrome green plus the white. And then if I add a little bit more white, let's see, that's still quite similar. Let me add a little bit more green. And go on top of that. What other mixes do you want to see? If not, I will just make a few that come to mind. Miss Ebony is shopping. Can you imagine? I'm quitting YouTube. I'm done. No, I'm joking. Oh, Colorful Grays. I haven't read that book in terms of the book called Color Theory. Let me add, so I've got the green. I'm taking a little bit of that green and adding a bit of that burnt sienna to see, oh, that burnt sienna is stronger than the green. Just to see if we can get any nice olive-like greens by mixing the two. It's interesting because it feels easier to do. Where should I put it? I'll put it here. Feels easier to do in gouache than with this. The two aren't really mixing together. I'm just making brown basically, which is not what I wanted to do. Then let's see about making purples. So I'm going to take that ultramarine, that magenta, and mix the two together. And mix more magenta into that. Let's see here. That's beautiful. So the magenta with the ultramarine works really nicely to make a bright, pungent purple. And if I add even more magenta, because I kind of felt like the ultramarine was overpowering it, as you can see by me adding more magenta and next to nothing happening. So let me add more magenta on the paper so that there's less ultramarine. That's lovely. I prefer the first one, so I like the blue leaning one more so. But I think that is beautiful. Can you probably can't see it well? Can you see it better now? I'll make the swatches a bit bigger. One of the things that's going to be interesting is like getting a wet palette basically, because I can see that they have already started to dry on the palette. Could we see some white in the purple that I made? Yeah, of course. Add white. And let me pick up some color as well. Let's see. The white is very very strong. It's like a titanium white. I thought it would be like a zinc white, but as you can see, I added a little bit, and my plan was actually to add it to the paper because I didn't want the purple to overpower it, but it's completely toned down that purple. So let me mix it all and see what we get. That's a beautiful color. And then let's try and make that original purple and see what happens. Or actually, let's try and make the purple with the Prussian blue and see. This is the purple. Let me do it over here. This is the purple with the Prussian blue and the magenta. Beautiful as well. Gosh, I'm saying last ever art haul, and now I'm like, I need to buy a Stay Wet palette. Like a, you know, I wouldn't put this in my normal Stay Wet palette, if that makes sense. I would get, I'm just adding white to that to see. I would get one of the flat Stay Wet palettes. Just so that at least I can feel like I have more time. I just feel like because I'm under the light, I don't want them to dry out. Just adding some more pink to that Prussian blue purple mix with the white to see the different kinds of purples that we can make. And then I'll hold it up to the camera for you so that you can see a closer look. But if you have a suggestion, please make it. If I haven't responded to it, it's because I haven't seen it. Can you see? So this purple is the one that's made with the Prussian blue and the magenta, and this purple is the one that's made with the ultramarine and the magenta. I don't know which one I prefer. Hey, Derwood. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, please. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have a suggestion of a color mix that you would like to see, then please feel free to let me know. Let's try white with the magenta, see the kind of pinks that we can make. So at the end of this, there will be no rhyme or reason to where I've placed things, but that's okay. So that's the magenta with white. I'm going to add a bit more white. Even more white. And just go straight in on the paper. Too much white. That's nice. It's warmer than the pink that we have. So the pink that we have is this one, which is Venetian pink. And let's see, in theory, it is burnt sienna with white. So I'm going to take some of that burnt sienna and add white to it and see. If we can make a similar mix. So this is burnt sienna plus white. And it is similar. I think if I add more white, we'll get to it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you see what I'm doing now? Apologies. So I have just mixed. This is magenta plus white. This is magenta plus more white. This is the Venetian pink, as is. And looking at the label, it says that Venetian pink is essentially made with burnt sienna and white. So I'm just adding white to the burnt sienna to see if I can recreate it, because then in theory, you wouldn't need to buy both. And that's me adding a bit more white to the burnt sienna. The Venetian pink still feels a bit pinker. Just adding a little bit more white to see if that will make a difference. But then I guess it's up to you on whether that would be close enough for you that you would actually just get the burnt sienna and the white rather than getting the Venetian pink. And then, yeah, Venetian pink is a beautiful name, yeah? Let me keep this down here. So in theory, you can see everything. Feels like the orientation is off. Then what else should we mix? We can try and just mix our own green and see what happens. So just take in yellow with the ultramarine. So this is just yellow and ultramarine. And see, I already think that that in itself is a nicer green than the chrome green. It isn't opaque though, because both of them are semi-transparent. And if we take the Prussian blue with the yellow, let's see what happens then. Whoops. Too much Prussian blue. That's a nice green as well. Kind of prefer it, which I'm surprised by. Yeah, I think you're right, Paolo. They're not using the same. So these are the greens that I've just mixed. This is ultramarine with yellow, and this is Prussian blue with the yellow. Do you think it dries quicker than other acrylics? I wouldn't know. I don't usually use acrylics paint at all, but it's certainly drying quicker than gouache and then watercolor. I feel like I'm running a race, you know, trying to make sure that I do enough mixes and I show you enough mixes before they completely dry out. I may get water so that I can spritz it. So this is adding white to the ash blue, and I think that looks even more beautiful. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. We are swatching out the matte acrylics. I was going to say matte acrylic wash, but it's actually just matte acrylics by LeFranc Bourgeois. This is Prussian blue with white. And again, I don't know, I feel like because I'm very much new to the medium, I just ended up getting, you know, whatever colors I kind of wanted. But part of the reason that I'm doing these mixes now is because you can mix a lot of the colors yourself if you wanted to. And I'm hoping that by at least swatching these out, you will be able to see that, and it will help you decide which colors you want to get, if any. So for example, the Prussian blue with the white looks very similar to the ultramarine blue and the white. So similar that I'm swatching it out again to make sure that I got it right the first time, which I did. Then I haven't really mixed this green. Let's mix this green with this blue to see. Oh, that's nice. See, I think I prefer the greens with the, what's this thing called? Can we just call it green gold? Still the grain green. So this is still the grain green with ultramarine blue. And just makes a nice green. I keep feeling like burnt sienna should make it an even better mix, but it's just not working. So I've added burnt sienna to that, and it's just making like brown, grayy browns. So it's not actually a color I would recommend at the moment. Reason being that I got it so that I would be able to mix more natural looking greens. If I can't do that, then why is it even here? So mixing, yeah, it's just making browns. Not olive. Oh, is that olive? Closer to olive. But still not quite the green that I want. So I think that's something that I'll take time to see if I can, if I can mix it myself. So as you can see, this is me mixing still the grain green with ultramarine blue, just gives you a standard green. Then I started adding different amounts of burnt sienna to it to just see if I could get like a more olive natural looking green. But these two this and this are the result of that. They just kind of look, they don't look like the kind of greens that I want. They look brown. And then here, this was me mixing the chromium green with the burnt sienna, again, trying to get like a really nice green, but it's not working, which has me wondering, okay, what if I take the green, the chrome green, and I mix magenta into it? Will that give me a nicer green? Now, obviously they are complementary colors, but usually you can get some really nice mixes of a more dulled down green, same kind of thing. And let's see, just to show you the close up of this one as well. So this is the ash blue with the, so this is ash blue here. And then I added a bit of white, and that's ash blue and white here. This is the second layer of ash blue. So you can see it's covered the jar that was here a lot better when I went through the second time. Same with like the ultramarine. So ash blue plus white is here. And then I added white to Prussian blue for that one and white to ultramarine blue for that one to just see. And I did it twice just to make sure that I was doing it right. Bye, Clarice. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, you're teaching a brewing class. Enjoy, Renee. I didn't even see that it was, like, I didn't see your name, but I saw brewing class and I was like, it must be you. Sorry about that. I hope I've caught you up on everything that you couldn't see before and that you can see now. So I think in terms of like haul, pretty good one. I do think though that I will probably spend some more time. Yeah, I love it. I will probably spend some more time trying to mix greens and see if I can make some really nice greens, especially if I'm going to be using it for landscapes. I like the burnt sienna on its own, but I haven't really liked it in mixes yet. So that's the LeFranc Bourgeois. Now, for olive green, you might try orange and blue. See, I bought no oranges because I'm not really an orange kind of person, but I will try. Let's see. If we, take magenta and some yellow, more yellow, make an orange, and then take a hint of blue. It's working better already. And let me swatch it here. Yeah, it's more olivey already. Thank you, Paolo. I do think I will just try to continue to experiment with them and see if I can make some nice green mixes for them. And if I can't, it may just be that I use them in a different way, or ultimately, I guess it means that I want this to dry. I guess it would then mean that I could see if there's a color perhaps that I'm missing that in adding will give me a bit of better mixes. Yellow ochre and ultramarine. But what I'm going to do in a second is change my water, and please take that as your reminder to stay hydrated. That's nice. Yellow ochre and ultramarine. Put that here. Yeah, that's really nice. So the mixes with yellow ochre are better than the mixes with lemon yellow. And let me try yellow ochre with Prussian blue just to see. Because if the mixes are again very similar, one would then have to wonder if you need both. I like both. Thank you, A Watercolorist. And with ultramarine and burnt sienna. Let's try that. So that is ultramarine and yellow ochre, and that is Prussian blue, yellow ochre. Now we're going to try ultramarine and burnt sienna. So this is our ultramarine here, running low and drying out, and then our burnt sienna. You want to make a nice gray because that's what's happening. I'll put it here. That is a beautiful bluey gray. And that is burnt sienna with ultramarine. Can you see, like, the beauty of color mixing is that you could literally do that all day? Everyone get some water. And as you get some water, I am going to change my water, get some water, and we will be back because there is more swatching to be done. And actually, as I do that, look what I did last time. See you in a bit. Hey, I'm back. Just checking you can hear me and everything is all good. So I've changed my water and got myself a drink, and also I'm just spraying these paints with water to see if they will last any longer under the lights. Under the lights. Oh, thank you, Dark Rose. Good, perfect. Thank you, Juan. Yeah, technically we only need the primary colors, white. I don't even really tend to get blacks because I don't tend to use it that much. I think if, for example, you like doing line art and you use black when you're doing that, then fair enough. Or if you use black quite a lot, then that's fine. But otherwise, most times you can get away without it. And I only really tend to get the whites for the like opaque, for like gouache acrylics, not watercolor. I'm going to dry this for a second. Hey Mulan, hey Phil, welcome to this art haul and swatching session. I have dried that now. It's just because I added so much water. Everything else has kind of been drying. But these are the colors that I have got thus far. So these are the 14. We have white, which as you can see is close to opaque. You can still see the jar underneath. Then we have lemon yellow, yellow ochre. I always struggle with this one. Still the grain green with the second pass and first pass, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, magenta, Venetian pink, water green, which is a series 2 color, so it's more expensive, then chrome green, which actually looks, if you have the Winsor and Newton gouache already, this looks like permanent green middle, like in real life. So what you're basically seeing, run of the mill green. Sorry for the sirens. Then we have Prussian blue, beautiful. Ultramarine blue, again beautiful. Ash blue, stunning. And then which color is this one? I always forget. Lagoon blue. And that completes the collection. And these are just a very few of the mixes that we have been doing. Now, I want to continue doing the mixes. Only like I will swatch out the other things that I've got, but the reason that I want to do that is I would rather the paints aimlessly dry in my sketchbook than have them dry on my palette. Does that make sense? So it's the cheapskate in me. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Paige. I'm glad that you're enjoying it and that it is relaxing. I was mentioning that Sarah Burns made a video yesterday about playing, like permission to playing in your sketchbook. And I think it's just such a good practice to sometimes just mess around in your sketchbook and experiment and explore. And this is pretty much color play. We're just with no true rhyme or reason, seeing what kind of mixes we can get, what kind of colors we like. And yeah, and I'm enjoying doing this. And it's something that I've only really started doing since I started getting my low pressure sketchbook and creating art there. So basically what I'm going to do is, unless you guys have a mix that you want me to do, I'm literally just going to put this paint onto this page because it will dry out on my palette and that will be pointless. So I feel like I might as well have it dry out on this page. So that's ultramarine, and I've added some white to that. Hey Reem, welcome. I honestly don't feel like I know enough about art safety to make a video on it, unfortunately. Yeah, I feel like I would be the worst person to do it. Yeah, because I'm quite a laissez-faire artist. What I do is not what I would. So that's the white. That was white plus ultramarine. But then next to it here, I have the ash blue. So it's actually, they're complementing each other quite nicely. Like they look very similar. Just adding some pinky white. It was meant to be just white, but it's a bit pinky to the ash blue. No, I'm not swatching gouache. I am swatching this. I'll leave it here. I'm sure, yeah, like here. So this is LeFranc Bourgeois gouache. What am I saying? Acrylic. So it's matte acrylic. Which is why I'm doing this kind of very random page of colors, because once it dries on the palette, that's it. It's dry. So I feel like I might as well use this as an opportunity to mix on my page. So if you want like specific mixes, I will do that. If not, then I will have this random page of colors to commemorate this swatching session. This is the burnt sienna, and with the pink. I don't think this page is big enough. And then I'm taking the pink and going over. It's still wet, so we shall see. I really like this here. These two, the burnt sienna with the still the grain. I think that looks really nice. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask as well. As I say, I just don't want to waste the paint. I feel like I might as well get a pretty page out of it before it's dried on my palette forever. This is the ash blue. I can go over them with pencil. That's a really good idea. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. You can reuse them after. I don't know if I would put food in there, thinking about the safety I've just been asked about. But certainly as like cute little water jars. And I guess if it's clean enough, why not food? But only woman, it's only me. I think I've used up pretty much all the colors apart from the burnt sienna. Oh, where's the magenta? I haven't used any magenta. And let's mix that magenta with the blues to make like a nice purple for here. More green. I feel like that's the majority of the colors that we're seeing here. Apart from maybe white. which I'm adding here. Adding some darker green. Taking some more of that burnt sienna. Still trying to mix it. Finally giving up. Don't really want gray. There we go. I think that is the majority. Is there any more ash blue left? Yes, some ash blue here. I feel like that is the majority of the colors that I am seeing. Apart from, and then we have some yellow ochre here. I don't know. Like I said, it's not necessarily an exercise that makes much sense, but at least we get a nice page out of it. This is me basically trying to not waste paint. Because as you can see, or maybe you can't see, but like here, a lot has dried. So I've just been picking it up and just made a very random gray. So I'll let that dry and then I will take off the tape. But let's do some comparisons with layering pencils because that is what initially drew me to this. Thank you, Laura. Don't lick your brushes. Don't eat off your paint palette. Don't drink out of your paint water. PSA from Dark Roast. Can you layer watercolor? Yeah, you can layer watercolor. It's called like glazing. But can I layer watercolor on top of this? We can see. I don't think I think depending on the color, it may not show. Yeah. And you're like licking from the tube and stuff. I think paints nowadays are relatively safe. Nobody really wants to get sued. So let's see. Okay. Let me stop fighting that battle. We still have some of this burnt sienna. So I'm just going to make a block of colors so that we can draw on top of them and see. If we can see the pencils on top clearly. So I'll do like a mixture of dark colors, a mixture of light colors. And we can take it from there. Oh, Paige. Well, if you want to be an artist, you can. If you enjoy creating art, that's a very good step. This is the yellow ochre. And then let's do the Naples yellow. And just a gentle reminder that if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button. This is so satisfying to do. That's why I am going back and forth. I'm going to make this bigger just because I put too much paint on my brush. But what a nice color. Don't know what it is that it reminds me of. I don't even like custard like that, but something about it looks delicious. What? Maybe cheese. I do love cheese. I eat cheese every day. That might be it. So we have that. Let's do some blues. Which blues shall we do? Just this blue, ash blue, and something else. Pick another. Shall we do magenta? This is the Prussian blue. I just want to do some dark colors as well so that we get a better idea. Or too much paint again. Maybe I will do, so this is Prussian blue. Don't know why I'm creating a gradient, but there it is. And then maybe what I will do is do one that is like a mixture to see. I mean, it shouldn't make a difference, but just seeing if we mix colors, does that affect our ability to layer on top? So I've just got some magenta and I will mix that with the Prussian blue to make a purple. Is this still active? No. Oh, you study fine arts? I did not know that. A major in sculpture. Too much paint again. Yes. It's funny. The Prussian blue completely overpowered the magenta, so it just looks like I have more Prussian blue. And now the magenta is overpowering the Prussian blue. And forgive me, I'm just going to dip it a little bit. And I wanted it darker though. So I'm going to clean my brush, pick up that little bit of magenta that I put in the middle of my Prussian blue, and then mix these two together again and put it here. So that it is darker. I know some of you. And then shall we do the ash blue? I'm laughing at what you're saying, Maki. I talked to my Kofi members to bounce ideas. In fact, just yesterday we were discussing watercolor florals. Just the fact that I have quite a few real-time videos that I haven't really done anything with because I've either felt like I haven't got the time to commit to turn them into full-blown tutorials. And also, I don't tend to watch real-time tutorials, so I didn't think that anyone would want to see them. Turns out that's not the case. So I will probably be making some more real-time videos. I'll start off on Ko-fi and then see if it will ever make its way to YouTube. But I did it yet. Like I started making them yesterday, and as a result, I was listening to like the sound of waves, and I felt so relaxed. And after 20 minutes, I had to go to sleep. It'll be interesting to see if they're drying streakily as well, or if they're drying okay. Part of the reason that I've left this gap here as well is that I've bought some Poscas, which my Ko-fi members have already seen, but I thought that it would be nice to compare the Poscas with the flash paints when we're layering. So this color is Ivory. And they are the 15 mil, 15 mil nibs. Why am I struggling like this? Actually, you know what? I might change the title to Last Acrylic Haul, because really and truly, after this, I don't feel like I need any more acrylics. Then this color is beige. Or maybe I'll just make them take up this whole thing. No, I won't. I know why. So just a tiny little square. And then I got this color, which is wine red. So you can see I tend to be very much drawn to similar colors. Consistency, at least. And then this is slate gray. Slate blue? Slate gray that looks blue. Okay, so now we have our surface with which we will work on top of to layer. Let me close this. And okay, layering wise, I feel like this is a good range. Would you agree? So we have burnt sienna 10%, which is essentially like Venetian red. Burnt sienna 10%, then cadmium yellow, ultramarine, and Payne's grey 30%. These are by Luminance. And then I'll bring out my polychromos. What is this? Color pencil. Okay. Polychromos wise, I want to see if I can get similar colors, but I don't think I can. These are the colors I have on polychromos. yellow. Okay, then these are the Inktense pencils. These are the colors I have in that. So I do not have the same colors across the brands. It literally looks like I just treat them as one big collection instead of buying the same colors over and over. Let me see. I have a pink polychromos, so maybe we'll try the pink polychromos, yellow. Don't need all these pink polychromos, just one. And try red. Okay. If there's a particular color that you want me to try, let me know. Then I have a couple of Artex pencils as well. So plenty of different pencils to layer on top. Reem, hey, yeah, no, Reem, I have the best community on YouTube. Not gonna lie. Absolutely the best. Oh, Poscas also layer nicely on top of flash paints. Cool. So, and then I also have Faber-Castell paints. So we shall see if I will layer those on top as well. And then I have some gold, I have some watercolors. So basically, if there's something in particular that you want me to try, let me know. I do have the Luminance white pencil. I've heard that the Derwent white pencil is better. Let me know if you would agree. This is like a random watercolor pencil. I can tell we can try it. Oh, Neocolor 2s. I actually have a problem. Yeah, we also have Neocolor 2s. Oh my mama, we have the Posca in white as well. Okay, I think this is a good place to start. And then we see. Oh, thank you so much for joining, a watercolorist. And I hope that you have a lovely Sunday. Karen Dash's white is good. We shall see. As in the Luminance pencil. Shall we start? So the aim of this is just to see how things layer on top. We'll start with this more organized section, and then if need be, we will oh no, getting acrylic all over me. If need be, then we will go over to this section as well. So this is the Caran d'Ache white pencil. A++. It's looking good. Just, I mean, there's no point in swatching. Oh, what happened there? This is the Posca. Anyone seeing anything? I can't see nothing. Okay, so maybe it just hadn't fully dried. We'll give it another chance later. So these are the Poscas, and these are the flash paints. This is the mixing two colors. That worked beautifully. Beautifully. What am I looking for? I'm sure you're wondering. I'm looking for a pen so that I can write flash, Posca, flash. Okay, so that it makes sense. Flash paints, Posca paints, flash paints again. We can throw the kitchen sink too. We could throw anything at it. So that's the white Caran d'Ache, and then this is the white Pentel pencil. It's a watercolor pencil. Oh, color me surprised. Okay, it worked well on the flash paint with this color, but not the others thus far. No point swatching it there. Nothing happening there. No, it's getting okay. Better. So unsure what happened here, but seems to have worked well on the others. Then let's try. I don't have a white polychromos. Do I? No, I don't have a white one. Okay, we'll try yellow. Huh. Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Okay. Uh-uh. Yeah. Took some of that Posca with it. Nice. Good. Good. Okay. And let's take some more yellow. So this is the Artex yellow. No. 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 Okay. No. Okay, acceptable, just about. So you can see this is the Polychromos yellow, and this is the Artex yellow. And I've swatched them roughly all in the same order so that you can see. With this one, the Polychromos picked up the red from here and transferred it onto here. Hey, Sarah. The jelly roll pen. I can look for it in a little bit. I do have a jelly roll. I just find I don't like. I have the Uniball Signa. I just find I haven't found. Oh yeah, the jelly roll is here. I've just found I don't really like any of the white pens. I always keep resorting to white gouache or a white Posca, and even the white Poscas I'm not like in love with. But I will try them because why not? We need, we're getting answers. This is the Inktense yellow. Okay, good. Okay. Good. It's going on top of the Posca as well. I'm surprised. Okay. Went on top of the light Posca as well. Correct myself. Going on top of the flash paint. Well, good. And then we can even see if it will reactivate. So I'm taking just a wet brush, no paint, and putting it over the flash paints to see if there's any movement. You will agree. Oh, put it over the Poscas to see as well. You'll agree, no movement. Not seeing any movement, so nice and dry once wet. Let me see if the Inktense reactivates. It does indeed. It reactivates on top of the paints. So this one might be a good one to see on there. So for example here, it's reactivating. It's not reacting with the layer underneath, but it is reactivating. And it's not reacting with the layer underneath because like this, for example, isn't turning into gray. It's nice and bright there. That's nice. Yeah, I haven't found an ultimate white pen either. But I have the two to try here. So this is the Signet. Both of them seem to get like really positive results online. I'm not sure why. I haven't had any great luck, but I will try it. This is the Signo pen. I mean, can you see the struggle? At this point, I don't know if it's like because I haven't used it in a while, but I've never really had a positive experience with it. I'll try later, like again, but we'll call that a fail. Then this is the jelly roll. Okay, so the jelly roll is better than the Signal. But what I don't tend to like about them is, can you see how it's almost like line, then miss, then line again? Like I can see where the ink isn't at the tip of the pen. Basically, that's what I don't tend to like. But I guess it is actually. So I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like So sometimes it works. To be fair, okay, the jelly roll is better than the Signal. I thought they were both trash, but actually I take it back. The more I'm using it, the more acceptable the jelly roll is becoming. And that is on top of Poscas, on top of the flash paints. Both are being decent. It's not perfect, but decent, and we shall see how that will dry. And I completely agree with you, Dark Roast. I think that it's gonna have some really cool effects. And I didn't even think of that initially. Like, that's not why I got the two things, but I am just really enjoying rediscovering art supplies by mixing them all together and seeing what happens. Yeah, Jelly Roll is somewhat better, I agree. And let me see. Okay, so we've done the yellows, and the conclusion of that was the ink tends gets really, you can get some really beautiful effects depending on how you use them and the colors that you're using, because you can reconstruct, like you can wet them, reactivate them, and the color underneath won't shift, won't budge. The polychromos, you can see it's nice. The Artex didn't do well on top of that. Luminance white pencil worked well. Pentel watercolor pencil was acceptable. Will that reactivate as well? Yeah, it does reactivate. So almost the same as the Inktense, only that the Inktense, once reactivated, will be I'll do like a dry swatch as well. The Inktense, once reactivated, in theory, you shouldn't then be able to reactivate it again. Whereas the watercolor pencils, you can. So the Inktense might be even better for layering than watercolor pencils themselves. Oh, that's good. Deco Art acrylic paint pen. I'll try. To be honest, I'm open to trying anything because I bought the Posca specifically for the fact that I was really struggling to find a white pen. So this is the white Posca. Just cleaning the nib and seeing if more paint will come down. Just cleaning the nib because it looks green. Okay. Cleaner now. Let's see. Yeah. It's okay. Like, it will do the job. It will allow you to put highlights in. And I do feel like it works better than the Signo pen. It's just thicker. But then in addition to that, I guess I might try, they have a thinner pen as well. So I could try the thinner one and see if that works for me. But I'll be curious to see how it dries because I feel like it gets a lot less opaque. I think it's happening already. I feel like it gets a lot less opaque as it starts to dry. So they do come in smaller nibs. They come in almost, I think it's like a 1, almost like a fine liner 1, but I haven't got it yet, but I have seen them. Just bought a Pentel white paint pen. I don't have a Pentel white paint pen, but I think that will work well as well because I have their gold pens and they are nice. I have 3 gold pens which I can swatch. So the first one is the Sakura one. This is a Sakura 1mm gold pen. Doesn't need to be shaken. I can't hear anything. Doesn't need to be pressed. It's okay. Okay, no, it's better on light colors. A lot better on light colors. Good. So that's the Sakura. Sakura is here. So it didn't work that great on this burnt sienna. And then Sakura here, Sakura, Sakura gold pen, Sakura gold pen, again, Sakura gold pen, Sakura gold pen, Sakura gold pen, Sakura, Sakura, Sakura. I don't tend to use it that much. What's in it? Anyway, it is what it is. And then I have these two paint pens. This one is the Pentel one. Beautiful. The only thing that annoys me is that they don't have, you know, they don't have a way to like screw this in. So you have to put that on the side. And just look at that. Can you see how like shimmery and beautiful it is? And it goes on like thick, covers good ground. This is one of my favorite gold pens. It will cover everything. So as you can see, it's layering well over everything, but that's just because it will literally like cover. So it's not translucent in any way, shape, or form. It will go over black, over anything, and it's just beautiful. So this is the Pentel paint marker, super gold fine point. It's not that fine. I'd probably, does it tell you how fine it is? It's not like super fine. It's like a felt tip pen, but like the gold, I wish you could see how it's shining like off the page. And then this one is the De La Rowney acrylic paint pen, and this one is the one that I tended to use more often before I got the Pentel one, and it's one that I got from the Pound store when I was doing that Poundland art challenge, and this was the only thing that I got that I actually really liked from that art challenge. Everything else everything else was rubbish, but this was £1. Ooh. There we go. There's a little drawback, and that is that it is one of the paints that you pump. So as you can see, I pumped and it just let all the paint out. But again, a really beautiful paint pen. The golds are different. And this one isn't as opaque as the Pentel one. So sometimes if you want some of what you are going over to show, then the De La Rowney one is good. But if you want to get like a really nice gold coverage, then the Pentel. And the Pentel, as I've mentioned, you don't have to do the pumping action that you do with Poscas, but you do for the De La Rowney. But the De La Rowney pen was £1 from years ago. It's still serving me well, so I can't really complain. So that's those colors, and let's just do a few more swatches. Is there anything else in particular that you want me to like layer on top to see if it works? This is the Inktense Blue. And you can see it's not the greatest over the Poscas. It's okay, but it is better over the flash paint. So that's the Inktense Blue. And then this is the Caran d'Ache Ultramarine Blue. We'll do them next to each other. Oh, why do they look like that? Let me do a little swatch here. So that's what it normally looks like. And then here it looks not great. And better over the Posca. Can you see it? So this is the luminance here. This is the normal color. This is what it's looking like here. This is what it's looking like on top of this. These ones are better. Let me do it on top of here. Hold on. It's getting very much impacted or affected by the color underneath. So I've put, this is the Inktense on the left, most places, Inktense, 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 and on the right we have the luminance. So this is the luminance, the luminance, luminance, luminance here, which you can barely see. I promise you it's there. Can you kind of see it? That's the luminance there, and that's the intense there. I've done the luminance again when it's lighter, just to see. That's the luminance there, luminance there, luminance there as well. Yeah, it got really muddy. I'm not sure why. What about graphite? Good question. Wait, do I have a graphite pencil? I have this one. This is the Pentel, but I think I've run out of lead. Oh no, just about the tiniest bit of lead, always holding on. Very good point, Catherine. So, oh, yeah, it's showing. It's going on top. I'm just looking for another pencil because I think the fact that it's so low is just scratching out the paint. How do I... What is this? This is the Derwent. Is the Derwent graphic pencil now? Oh. Is it in here? No. But I do have my lamy in here that we can try in a little bit. Where is my graph gear pencil? Okay. This is what we're going to do. Because I know I have... I'll show you. I have more lead. I always do this and then hope that I actually put it back the right way. I don't think this is what one is meant to do in order to change the lead. But you can see I've run out of normal lead. There's only the red lead left. So, how do I not have a normal pencil to hand? I'll look for one. I think one is on my couch. Anyway, I'll look for a normal graphite pencil so that we can compare that, because this has the tiniest bit and is actually just scratching out the paint, so it's not really a fair comparison. Just checking to see if I have one in here. Nope. On my couch. For the next water break, I'll go get it. Do I have various hardnesses? No, I don't tend to draw with graphite or lead very often. Oh wait, this is a HB pencil. No, this is 2B and B. Okay, I'll do... This is a charcoal pencil. What? This is a graphic pencil. I have special pencils, but no normal pencils. So let me show you the charcoal pencil in case anyone... I don't like charcoal. I don't like the sensation, but I'll do this quickly. Take one for the team. Oh my gosh. And that was... Hey, Lilabelle, welcome. Yeah, it's a long live, but it's a fun one. It's definitely one that I encourage having like on in the background, especially if you are also... This is also swatching or also just creating art. This is a graphic pencil B. I don't know if it's meant to look like this, but I will swatch nonetheless. And the answer is yes, you are... Like, I am able to layer, no problem. And then this one is a 2B Faber-Castell pencil. And this one came as a gift. Not from Faber-Castell, but I didn't buy it. I normally just buy, like, you know, normal kiddie pencils, apart from the Pentel Graph Gear, which is why I'm looking for it. So that's the pencils going okay. And let's see what else. Are there any other colors that you would want to see? This is the Inktense again. I think the Inktense is the one that's winning when it comes to layering at the moment. Like, we've been able to layer on top of most mediums. It retains its vibrancy as much as can be expected, and then we can reactivate them. So that's, didn't do it here. That's the Inktense green. Do I have another green? It's a Faber-Castell green, Faber-Castell Polychromos. Okay, it's better than I thought it would be. Yeah, it's holding its own. I think it starts to lose its shine. Like, oh no, actually, even on a darker color, the Polychromos is doing good on the darker flash paints. I feel like this will make sense to no one but us, but that's okay. Food is calling me. Enjoy your lunch, maybe dinner or breakfast. Get out the Stabilo, or they're like butter on any surface. Aha. I don't tend to be a pencil person. I know that the current state of my desk would state otherwise, but this pencil discovery is very much a new thing for me. This is my Lamy Safari pen, and it has carbon ink inside it. So scratchy on the Posca, not nice on the Posca. Better on the flash, but still, no, better on the flash. As long as I'm actually on the flash and not on something else that I've got on the flash. But then on the Posca, it's okay, but I think it depends on how much pressure I'm putting. And then I feel like Poscas will layer on top of anything. So let me maybe pick a color that makes sense. This is ivory. So unsurprisingly, it is layering well on top of the flash paints as well. Then we have Neocolors. How could I forget? So these are like butter. Neocolor 2 Ultramarine. But I think this is a testament to the Neocolor 2s. They will layer over most things. I think the perk of the flash paints is meant to be that pencils won't layer over everything. You can see it's like a little bit not great on the Poscas, like it's just about acceptable, but it's layering a bit better on top of the flash paints. Let's take yellow. Whereas I find that Neocolor 2s will layer well on top of most things, and that's why I love them. Picked up some of that Posca. And just picking like, light, pretty colors so that we can see what they look like. So this is jade, for example, really nice, completely different to what we're looking at. And even on top of the brown, you can see it retains its vibrancy. Oddly enough, here it's slightly less vibrant, but that's why I love Neocolors. See? I don't know if this page looks like a beautiful bit of art or like I have lost my mind. Oh, enjoy your art class, Marissa. And we will see. And I think the only thing that we haven't really swatched here is like pinks and reds. So we'll just add some pink here. This is again the new color 2. And this is their this is the color they call purple, which actually looks completely pink to me. But this is their quote unquote purple. It's not the greatest on top of the Posca slate gray. Oh no, I squeezed too hard. Okay. No, it's okay. It actually worked less. It's interesting because I feel like the color, like the jade green, was just prominent throughout. Like you could see it irrespective of whether I was swatching on a light or a dark color. Whereas with the purple, the pink one, it kind of gets lost. Like it's right there and it's not as bad. They're just not quite as bright. I'll put that there. And I think that's, unless there's something else that you wanted to see me try and layer on top. Like I do have the artist Pitt pens, for example. Can't really see it on top of any of these. So they are better as a base layer as opposed to for going on top. It looks nice on top of the peach, but if it's a darker color, then you can kind of see it, but kind of not. That's with the yellow. Let me try the blue. With the blue, it's almost, because it's almost like transparent, you can see, there we go, works on the Posca. The darker colors, you can hardly see it. I think because it's the colors themselves look almost like a bit transparent because it has India ink, how it presents itself is very much dependent on the color underneath. So these are all the artist Pitt pens. And that is, let me just, just so that at least it looks nicer rather than one random swatch. Okay. The tips of the artist Pitt pens are prone to fraying. Thankfully, I haven't noticed it yet. Are you using the brush nibs? I don't use them like exclusively, so I guess they're getting quite light use, even though I'm using them quite a bit. I only use them for like the underlayers, but so far they've been fine. If that changes, I'll let you guys know though. I know. Thank you, Catherine. I was thinking I would either use pencil extenders or, to be fair, I had contemplated breaking some of them just so that I could then carry more than 15 colors inside the tin. I had to give Dark Roast a disclaimer before I posted the video of me doing the tape peel that just completely tore my sketchbook. Is it this one? I think it is this sketchbook, you know? Yeah, it's this one. My low pressure sketchbook just got annihilated by tape. Oh, hey, Christine. I'm so glad that you're enjoying this. Oh, that makes sense. Be careful when using on cold press papers because they're rougher, so that might be fraying them quicker. I really like this page. I feel like it's organized chaos. Yeah, that makes sense, Lulabelle. Yeah, I was thinking the same, more so that I could carry more colors when I'm traveling out and about. Although I did like the fact that they were all nice and together before. And it happened to tear or break literally right at the point where, like, you know how it's divided in fifths? Right there. Bit weird. So that is the flash paints. These are the colors that we have. I will show you the ink pens, acrylic inks that I got as well. Why not? I have nowhere to be. But if there's anything that you want me to do with the flash paints before that, please let me know. I'm just going to write the colors out here. So this is white. This is lemon yellow. This is yellow ochre. This is something that I wish it just called something different, which is still the grain green. Still the grain green. This is yellow ochre. This is burnt sienna. This is magenta. This is Venetian red. Venetian pink even. Venetian pink. This is water green, was it? Yeah, water green. And I am able to write on top of them. This is a chrome green. This is Prussian blue. Ultramarine. This beautiful color is ash blue. And this is Lagoon blue. And that is my collection. Bye, Catherine. Thank you so much for joining. And the replay will be available if you want to catch up on anything that you've missed. And this is ash blue plus white. And this is Prussian blue plus white. And this is ultramarine. And you can see I'm writing on top of it without issue. So cool, I'm curious. They have an aqua green as well, Laura. They have like a separate color. Be curious to see how similar they are. Now let's try a tape peel, dark roast, and see how it goes. So oh, even this is tearing the paper. It's the paper. Some light rippage. Then this one here. Hold on. Oh. Just want to make sure you can see it. Okay, that was better. I just find this paper is just a little bit more sensitive to tearing. And obviously that's made absolutely no difference to the amount of tape that I'm using. Oh, tearing. Come on, you're almost there. There we go. The end tool. Oh, that is tearing already. Where did that spot of gold come from? So that's the flash paints that are here. I'm just catching up on the comments. I have Flash Envy. I have many on my wish list, but broke by no buy since last November with 100. Oh, but if you're doing restocks, is that breaking a no-buy? Guys, everyone, please ask Dark Roast not to unsubscribe. I love that. I'm really excited to use them and see like how they work. So these are the first kind of few pages, and then I don't know where this Prussian blue is coming from. But it is what it is, because now we have some acrylic inks that we will try. I kind of thought, I don't know if this makes sense, but I kind of thought that it would be nice to tape, tape again, and mix some of the colors. We'll see if the idea that I have in my head makes sense in practice. But I liked when I divided my page before into like an 8-page panel. And that's actually the video that I was working on for Ko-fi yesterday, because I basically divided it into an 8-page panel and created it as if it was one piece, but then peeled off the tape so that it's 8 separate mini paintings. And I really like doing that. I think I've seen Denise Love do that, and maybe Laura Horn. Like, I've seen a few abstract artists do that. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so these are I have a few more, to be honest, but I think I will just do a full swatching video on Ko-fi. So we will start off with these 4, which are the ones that I have to hand at my table. Yeah, I think like restocks, because the aim of no-buy is to get you to, or for me at least, was to get me to appreciate and use and actually learn my art supplies. So if it's now worked so well that I've actually finished the art supplies, then I think it's fine to replace them rather than to just like stop creating until the year is over. So this is the gold. I don't really know how you're meant to do these. So there's a pipette. Just gonna put that there and see what happens. And then maybe after swatching we can, or should we just start now with the whole like abstract art element? Ooh. Squeezing it out and then still holding to suck up some of this gold, not wasting on my watch. So that's the gold. Let me add some water, and that's beautiful. I wonder if that will like replace my water. Actually, I still like how easy the watercolor is to use, the gold watercolor. Guess the aim. We'll see how this like abstract, don't worry about it, just go for it, actually pays out. So this is Payne's Gray. Ooh. Okay, swatch it here. That's nice and dark. Have the two mixing together. Take some more ink. Oh, don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay. Who lied to me and told me it's okay? It's not okay. So this is Payne's Gray. I don't know why in my head I thought it'd be more blue. This is very much like a black gray. And if you haven't already seen it, I created the Payne's Gray comparison video. You'll see. Oh, don't go there. This is a lot more overpowering than I thought it was going to be. Why does it look like there's a person there? We'll see if we'll be able to go over all this gigantic amount of black that I've laid down, or how long it will take to dry. Yeah, I thought it would be more blue than black. That to me just actually looks like a black. Then this is marine blue. Actually, it's drying nicer when you like lift it a little bit. So maybe if I lift here. It'll look a bit less psycho-killerish. Do they blend together? Kind of. Okay. We'll see if a few more colors will help this. So this is marine blue. And that's, oh, this is, again, darker than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if it gets a bit lighter when we add water. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Okay, lighter with water. Nicer with water, but still, this Payne's Gray. This Payne's Gray is making it look like I'm crying for help. So I'm just lifting some of it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not the aim of like abstract art, to start overworking it and fighting the painting, but I like the gold and I like the blue and I like how they're working together. And I even like that there is some Payne's Gray there. I just don't want it to be live and center. And because I thought it was going to be a bluey gray, I didn't mind that before. Like I was liberal with my application, shall we say. It's a little gold crystal that I'm just dissolving there. And then last but not least, which may not make sense, I got white. Is there any point swatching white? We shall see how it fares against the Payne's Gray. Come on, drop. I'm going to catch up to the comments in 1 second, just seeing what this white does here. I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling this abstract piece. Ups and downs and all. I kind of want to put a bit more gold. But I don't want to maybe have them mixed together. I want to put, yeah. So anyway, my aim for getting the acrylic paint, the acrylic inks, unlike the other items, was not for layering, but more so just to see if I can create these kind of loose or intuitive or just pressure-free pieces of abstract art. I think the answer is yes, with a little bit of practice and a little less Payne's Gray. Then I think this will work nicely. Just added some more of that. Had to double check. I thought I added it's the blue. And to see. So I don't want to cover the bits that I like. But yeah, these are the 4 FW acrylic inks that I have got. I didn't swatch out the white because I think we know what white looks like. But look at that gold. No, it's really nice. And in theory, if I did want, like, there's no reason why I can't use this for abstract art, because once I layer on top of it, it will be, once it dries, it should be permanent. So again, I feel like that is a quality that leans itself well to, it's very nice, that leans itself well to creating abstract pieces. And layering is what I mean, sorry. I'm speaking, but I'm engrossed by the paint, by the ink, and like all the little shapes that are appearing. And this is really nice, especially like, hold on, I'll do a tape peel. I don't know. I just like the way the colors are mixing together. I like the fact that we're seeing greens, and that's just from the blue mixing with the gold. I like the little accidental lines that we have there. I like it. So, oh my gosh, is that the end of a haul? I'll let this dry and then I'll do a tape peel. But as I let it dry, let me just catch up on the comments, because ultimately that is why I do live streams, because I love chatting with you guys. Oh, I missed a lot. Hold on. Yeah, I think no, there's, well, I think it depends, right? Some people do a no buy and be like, okay, if I run out of that supply, then I am not going to replace it. I'm just going to use a similar supply that I have to it. So, for example, if I was doing a no buy and I ran out of Saunders watercolor paper, it may be a bit wild for me to say that instead of using the Fabriano Artistico paper that I have, which is also 100% cotton, I will then instead buy more Saunders. So I feel like it's meant to be like, if you run out of all watercolor paper, the majority of your, yeah, if you run out of your watercolor paper, then you buy replacements. And sometimes people call that low buy instead of no buy, or but I think it depends. Like, I think with everything, if you don't feel personally convicted by it, then it's fine. Then go for it. Different people will feel differently. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I should use heat. Um, it's just I'm just, the reason I'm being so laissez faire about it is that when, oh, is it going under the tape? I think it is going under the tape. What's going on my hand? The reason that I'm being so laissez faire about it is because it wasn't tearing my other sketchbooks. Like this tape I really love, because it's a lot more gentle than like masking tapes and stuff. But I think it's just that the paper is a bit more sensitive. So yeah, using heat or like sticking it down a few times beforehand will help prevent tearing. Yeah. Again, I think, I don't know. You've come to the group of very understanding artists who are like, that seems completely legit to me. Um yeah, exactly. Like I don't feel like a no buy should deter you from creating. Ultimately, I feel like for me, the no buy, should I do one again, was to get out of the, was one, because I had a lot of supplies. It was to get me to use what I actually had. And if it got to a point where I like used what I had and ran out of watercolors or ran out of my sketchbooks, should that ever happen, then I think it would be fine to replace it rather than stifling my creativity. Mm, yeah, I really like this gold. I like gold in general, like as you can probably tell. So I'm really glad that I got it, because I feel like it will work nicely for a lot of different pieces. I know. Sorry, I'm so behind on the chat. I'm like catching up, but I'm really enjoying it, which is which is why I haven't like skipped forward. Um, oh yes, I remember this. Very opaque. Marine blue is indeed gorgeous. I completely agree. I thought it would be lighter. I thought it would be more like turquoise though. Um, but I guess there's no reason for me to not, for example, have it on my palette paper and mix it with white and kind of see what different mixes I can get with the acrylic inks as well. Oh, thank you so much, Christine. Um, Oh, I know this feeling because like this order that you're seeing here is almost £200, but really and truly it is 14 colors. It's like it's 14 colors, and then maybe if you add the inks, we do hit 200, and that is 18 colors for 200. This is why the notion of the starving artist exists, because we spend it all on art supplies, which are not cheap. I'm sorry, I don't know what is flying above my house. Oh, you have 30 plus. What do you create with them, Lula Labelle? Because in my head, Lula Bell, sorry, in my head, I'm very much thinking like abstracts, but I am open to seeing, to exploring that, I guess. There's so many different things that I want to create. That's what I was talking about on Kofi yesterday as well. Like I have lots of videos, lots of ideas, lots of things that I want to create, lots of things that I have created, just not the time to do it all. Yeah, I think that's why I prefer low buys. Or yeah, to be fair, when I did a no buy, it was on like it wasn't really time bound. Like I thought that it was going to be for a month initially, and then I just continued it. And I was just checking in, right? Like especially after I did it for the first month, I realized that I was buying art supplies when I was unhappy. So once I realized that and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. Um yeah, then I think I was in a bit of a better position to kind of decide what I wanted to do with the no buy and what things I should buy and what things I shouldn't buy. Really and truly, I am at a place now where I shouldn't, apart from the Stay Wet palette, let's be reasonable so that I can actually use the acrylics that I have bought. But apart from the Stay Wet palette, I don't really feel like I should buy much else. Like I have, and I'm saying this because you don't know how much more I have got. I think my Kofi members know. Like I took a picture of the boxes that I had kept for some of them, some of them like 8 months, like a while. Like I would buy these art supplies and then I would keep them as like treats for myself. So the treat is one, getting to buy them, and two, getting to open them months later, which I know doesn't quite make sense. Um, but that's what I was doing. So now that I have all those art supplies, and I decided to just open all of them because I almost felt like, as nice as it was to kind of open them every once in a while, um, as much as I wanted to open them every once in a while and treat myself and all that, it did essentially mean that I was buying these art supplies and not using them. And given that I'm now a member of the Art Supply Holders Anonymous, it was giving very much like hoarders, and and the joy comes from using them as well. So I've opened them, so at least I know what I have and I can start using them. And I completely agree with Dark Rose that the let's be reasonable is a super slippery slope. Um, but we shall see. We're thinking about doing the use it up challenge, so I think that that will help with focusing on using and less so on buying. But I am very much excited to like use everything, and I think I don't know if you can tell. I think I've mentioned it. I don't know if it's YouTube or Kofi, but a lot of the time, if I get supplies and I don't swatch them and I keep them, it takes me ages to use them because then I start feeling really precious about them. Um, Whereas with this haul, I literally opened it on camera, started swatching it it arrived like 10 minutes before this live stream, and then used them straight away because my aim is to use more of my supplies. So I hope that that makes sense. Mm, no, I agree. I do think as well that if I know now what I knew when I started, although the supplies that I would have bought would have cost more money, I think in the long run it would have saved me money because I would have just bought better quality things off the bat and less of stuff in general. Does that make sense? Um, because although we could argue like yes, 100% cotton watercolor paper or the sketchbooks are expensive, and they are. Um, if I had bought one of those instead of like 3 papers that I don't actually like, that might have been a bit more beneficial. I 100% agree. Literally agree. Let's see if I'm gonna dry this so that we can do a tape peel. Okay, I'm back. I don't know how this tape peel is gonna go because it's the second time we're using it, but that side was good. And because we warmed it up as well, hopefully no tears. That's lovely. Beautiful crisp edge. Let's try this one. Dreamy. Dark Rose still here with us. Don't want you to miss this. And last but not least, this one is the edge I was worried about, but this is beautiful as well. Oh, that's lovely. I may make like another one here later on. Oh, I really like that. What did I miss? Oh, Tabitha, can't wait. I'm I feel when I'm buying it, I feel like I need it now, like it needs to arrive tomorrow. And then when it actually arrives, a lot of the time I'm like, okay, well, let me use the other supplies and save this for later, or let me use, let me unbox it when I finish a sketchbook, or that's more times than not what I kind of tell myself, like I won't use it until I use something else up. Oh, you prefer the cafeteria trays? Avon collage. Yes, I've seen people do that, like use the also use like the palette papers and then use that for collage. Thank you. I'm glad that I didn't fail this time. So does it dry shiny? The gold, yes. The gold dries shiny. The ink has like a bit of a shine to it in the mass tone bits. So like this bit is a bit shiny and this bit is a bit shiny, but otherwise it looks pretty matte. The only bits that look shiny like on this bit are where there's gold in it. And again, like here where it's mass tone, just lots and lots of ink in one place. So oh, thank you so much, Malone. I am so glad that you guys are enjoying this. It does feel like a different thing to what I usually do. And I was kind of aware that, oh, if I made an edited video, blah, 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 I would get lots of views. But I don't like necessarily always promoting art art hauls. I want to promote more using the art supplies and enjoying the art supplies. And honestly, I have had a good time just swatching out these colors. And this was also a lot of fun. I really like this page. I don't know if, and this is matte, by the way. I know we said, you know, we were doing the matte paints. That's the whole point of them being matte. But just to confirm that they are actually, you know, irrespective of how I'm moving it, we're not getting any shine. And you can see if you look at the gold, that the gold is shiny, but nothing much on there. And same here, even in mass, en masse. And then second pass, by the way, of this one, ash blue. I think I'll use it second pass most times. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that. And I kind of want to just keep experimenting with the acrylic inks. I don't know why I find that so exciting. Like so nice and therapeutic to do. I think because we've done like all the swatches and everything. And I just really like all these supplies. Like I'm surprised. And I was very much anti acrylics before. And then look at me in my acrylic haul. I love that. Ah, I understand. Not just the tracing paper. I honestly love that. For me, you know, I'm single. I ain't gotta explain myself to nobody. But, but yeah, no, I would. It's got to the point where it's like, how will I explain this to my family that, especially like now that they know how much art supplies cost. I just really love this. I'm gonna make another one here, I think, off camera. It's up to you guys actually. A part of me is like, oh, I should kind of end the stream here because really and truly I have shown you the majority of the art haul. There is more, but I think I will leave that for Kofi because you guys are the MVPs. The other things that I kind of got again to do with acrylic are these. Honestly, because it felt nice in hand. So they're Poscas, and this is in the color ultramarine. No, it's just color blue. And I got this. It just literally covers a massive amount of space. So my aim for this was again to create more acrylic pieces, more like acrylic abstract pieces like this, but on like bigger sheets of paper, tape it down, have lots of different sections, and then just create freely because it is massive. Like, should we? Maybe I'll open one of them. I got two, one in blue and one in fluorescent pink. Don't ask me why, but where will I swatch it? You know, that's the problem. I'm just taking off the plastic. You want to see that swatch? Um, so let's, like, can you hear how this is gigantic? I think it is intended for walls. I don't think you need to pump, but just in case we do, can you see that? It's dripping, dripping everywhere. I don't even want to swatch. Like, do I even need to swatch it? Maybe I'll just do it here. No, you can't even see that, can you? Hold on. Let me put this dripping piece of paper away. Oh my gosh. Bring this out. Maybe I'll just swatch on top of it. Okay. You can see how it's like running everywhere. So hold it in hand. Nice and super juicy. This is dripping. Can you see? Got acrylic ink everywhere. dripping from the top, dripping from the bottom. But yeah, very, very, very juicy. Maybe for graffiti. I think, yeah, I do think it's for graffiti. I don't know. Maybe not. I just think like, or maybe like mural art. I basically think it's too. Oh no, got acrylic ink on my hand. I basically think it is too big for my sketchbook work. So I would want to get like A3 paper, for example. But that is lovely. So yeah, I've got it in blue and I got it in pink as well. I didn't think it'd be this juicy, to be fair. But that is the Posca pen, and it is the Mop pen, Mop R. Yeah, no, you definitely could. Like, I think even like it's still wet, for example. If I take a brush, you can see how easily it's just covering everything. And that's without the excess that is like here. But then I wonder how long it will last because it's a lot of paint that comes out of it. So I almost feel like a little will go a very long way. But I just liked it because it felt nice in the hand, covers a large amount of space, just taking up some of that extra because why not? Can you see? This is definitely, I'm glad that I put this palette paper down first. It's definitely messy. Yeah, super, super juicy. Hey, Melissa, Attack of the Blob. Indeed. Indeed. Posca must be acrylic. Yes, it's acrylic ink. Acrylic paint, sorry, inside it. Sorry, I just keep dipping my hand inside my paint water to try and clean off the acrylic, but it's not really working. So I'm going to wash my hands and then I'll be right back. And then I kind of feel like I should end the stream, but I'm also really enjoying myself. So we shall see. Maybe I'll do one more of the ink ones. Hopefully that balances there. Maybe I'll do one like fill out this bit with the ink and then we can go and enjoy the rest of our Sundays doing something else. But I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. And let me change my water, wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Where's my be right back? Oh, I can't use it anymore. Can I use any? Nope, can't use any. Okay, be right back. I'm back. I think Bosca's is definitely going for the bigger is better kind of thing. Okay, let's do one more with the inks. I'm also trying to figure out what to do about live streams. Do I continue them because I enjoy them? Do I stop them because YouTube is like, what is this? And doesn't promote them. And then also, I would have to pay for StreamYard. Basically, my question is like, I'm trying to figure out how much should I be paying for YouTube before I'm like, actually just stop. Yeah, no, of course I can, Melissa. I don't mind at all. So we started off here. We'll call this recap. So these are these paints, which are the LeFranc Bourgeois flash paints, which are acrylic paints that dry matte. They come in 80 ml tubes or 125 ml jars. So I've got 14 of these 125 ml jars. And the reason that I got them is because in theory, and as we've seen in practice, you can layer pencils better on top of them than if you're using acrylic wash, and it's cheaper than acrylic wash, but it's less pigmented than acrylic wash because it's acrylic. So I've got 14 of these, and these are the colors that we swatched out initially. So underneath all of these swatches is either a jar like this one or a paint tube, just so that we could kind of see the opacity. So I got white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, still the grain green, yellow ochre. That doesn't make sense. Sorry about that. This is Naples yellow. Yeah, this is Naples yellow and this is yellow ochre. It's just that I would have thought yellow ochre would look like this, which is why I got confused. Then we got burnt sienna, magenta, Venetian pink, water green, which is this one, chrome green, Prussian blue, ultramarine, ash blue, this one. And here you can see that I went over it twice. That's why with the ash blue, you can't see the paint tube here, but you can see the paint tube here. So on first pass, it looks like this. On second pass, it looks like this. I didn't do it for all of them. I did it for the yellow, which didn't really make much of a difference. I also did it for the still the grain, which changed the hue of the color, but didn't actually really change the opacity that we were seeing. And then we have Lagoon Blue, which is the last color. And then what we did was just a number of different mixes of these 14 colors to try and see, like, for example, this is ash blue plus white, Prussian blue plus white, ultramarine blue plus white. Then tried to mix purples using ultramarine and magenta, and then using Prussian blue and magenta, and adding white to both of those mixes. And mixing white with the chrome green to make this really nice color, which looks similar to water green. Water green is perhaps a little bit brighter, but water green and lagoon blue, these two are series 2 colors, so they're more expensive than all the other colors that we have here. And then, yes, some more swatches. So this was me trying to make like more olivey greens by mixing the burnt sienna with different green mixtures that we made. That did not work. And then this is magenta with white, and this is the Venetian pink, which looking at the label is actually burnt sienna, or it's PR101 with white. So I took the burnt sienna that we have that's made up of PR 101 and added white to see if I could get closer to it. So this is the Venetian pink, and this is the burnt sienna plus white. So it's not quite the same, but it's similar. So the first bit was all swatches. They are matte indeed. Then we did this bit here, and this was essentially the colors were drying fast and just making sure the acrylic isn't dripping. The colors were drying fast, and I didn't want them to just dry on my palette. So instead, I just put them all down on this page of color. Some are mixes, some are the colors just as they come normally, just so that we can see all the different hues and all the different mixtures. So it's just more so that I get a nice page in my sketchbook rather than letting them waste away on my palette. Yeah, and it's just like really nice and bright. I like them. Then what we did here is did block swatches of the flash paint. So these are flash and these are flash. And this section here, this square section here are Poscas. And basically we then kind of took a whole array of different art supplies and swatched them out to see how they would layer on top of the flash paints. And if I were to summarize, I would probably say that the pencils layered better on top of the flash paints. The Neocolor 2s, for the most part, layered well on top of everything, apart from the purple, which actually looks pink. That didn't really do that great. And the Signo pen was better. No, was it Signo? Not Signo. The Jelly Roll pen, white pen, was better than the Signo white pen. The Poscas were able to layer on top of everything. But I think that it might be, because I go through it like color by color and bit by bit, it might be better to like watch the replay of that if you want to see how they take different materials. And then this bit was swatching out the acrylic inks that I have also bought. So doing a quick swatch and then creating a quick abstract piece of just literally getting the colors down and seeing what happens. And I love what happened. So I think that is a summary, which, oh, I hope this doesn't tear. That's a summary of what has happened, excluding all the awesome chats in between. But the replay will be up and available. Yeah, we were talking about do what you love, people follow you. Oh, thank you, Tabitha. You're so sweet. I really enjoy. Yeah, I mean, I've done so many live streams for that reason. Sorry for all the sirens. Let me start off, like, I know it doesn't quite make sense, but sometimes people say, like, you know, start off with the white base. So let me actually start off by adding some white, and then we'll have, you know, colors kind of mix with that should they wish. Yeah, so I don't know. I need to figure out what the future of live streaming is, because I've really enjoyed using the StreamYard Pro plan. It is £50 a month, but the features on there are great. The issue is, I'm just going to put that there so that this bit of ink doesn't make its way onto the other page. Hey, Twist of Color. Welcome. We are just doing our last bit of swatching. Maybe we shall see. Keep doing what I want anyway. Yeah, so it's £50 a month, which I think is worth it, especially if you're like a business or, you know, you're making income from this. But as we've established from how much I make from YouTube video, that is all my income from YouTube. So we shall see. I'm going to like brush some of these and see. So that's the white mixing with the marine blue. And that's lovely. It feels very thick. Thicker than before, thicker than a Snicker. Ignore me. Thinking of T-Pain. Now let's add some gold. I'm just literally dropping it. I don't like, I guess in theory, if I thought this through, I would have my palette next to me and I would mix colors on there as well, and instead of just using this pipette. Because spilling. But don't we just love organized chaos? And then last but not least, we have some Payne's Gray. Yeah, the matte acrylics are more expensive than regular acrylics. And we'll see how it goes. It might be that down the line I actually start using regular acrylics. I never thought that I would be one for acrylics anyway, but here we are. Just adding a little bit of Payne's Gray this time because I feel like it was too much last time. And it's all pouring everywhere. This is not a tutorial. And I think I will dry this and see where we go from there. I almost want to add more gold, but let's dry it and see. This is wet, as in, I don't think it's going to take forever to dry. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? All in the spirit of experimenting. I'm just gonna lay a piece of paper on there. That's it. Take off that excess. I don't recommend that you do this. Okay, let me take off some more of that excess like that. I didn't think it would work. I didn't think that's what would happen. Joy of live streams. We're gonna fix that later. It's okay. Are we? Yes, we are. Now let's go back to blow drying. And thank you, Melissa. You're very sweet. It'll be interesting to lift the tape off after this because I'm not sure if it actually taped, but we shall see. Just adding some more gold on top. And back to this area that, you know, got a little bit messed up. Let me check. Ooh, adding some more blue. Don't know if it will actually show. No, it doesn't show because of the Payne's grey that we have underneath. So let me try and bring back some of that light by adding white. Whoops, I'm getting okay. So as well as like a stay wet palette for this venture, I think that what would be beneficial for me would be a surface for my table, because even despite my best efforts, I have got acrylic ink on my table. Also, another thing to note is that if you try to dry thick acrylic with a dryer, as I have, it will start to, like, I guess because it's plastic, burn. Like it gets texture. Some will like it, some will not. It was not my intended effect, but I know now. Not all over it, just in the bits where it's like puddling and lots of I really like that. Lots of acrylic. Let me add some more white. Not white, gold. I almost don't know if I like the pipette. I feel like I may just start using my brush. That paint's great, honestly. It's not the hue I thought it would be, and then it completely overpowers everything else. What is going on? I'm kind of curious to see what this will look like when we have the tape off. Which color gold is it in the FW? It just says gold. Oh, emit. Gold emit. Can you see? It's focusing on my fingers. But yeah, it says gold IMIT. Number 701. And let me dry this and then we'll do a tape peel. We may have to wait for this one to dry because it's not liking the heat. Watercolor spoilt me. So yeah, it's like raising up with the heat. Let me take that off. Scrape that. Surprised my paper can take what I'm doing right now. Just trying to press that down. So the main bits to weight are for this bit and this bit here. So where there are puddles, don't use the heat gun unless you want it to raise up. Also, got more paint on top of my Payne's Grey, so swatch is interesting. What do you guys use to get what do you guys use to get acrylic paint off your table? Asking for a friend who happens to be me. I am that friend. Thank you. You can add fluid matte medium to liquid acrylic to make it go further. That's really helpful to know. Alcohol. Do you mean like, as in like proper alcohol? Oh man. Laura. Yeah, no, I used to, well, we used to do that. Now I don't, I use like, you know, the furniture that comes in the place that I'm renting. I want to take off this tape. Feels a bit risky. This right here feels risky because there's like ink all through here. Let me see if I dry it, whether, because I don't care about how that bit looks. I'm ready to try. Let's try this bit first. Or is that still wet? Probably. But it's okay, it didn't tear the painting. That's a win. Oh, wait, there's ink on that. It's fine, let me just tear it this way. Okay, gotta throw this away. And then let's try this. Wait, is it this one? Yes, this one. Oh no, got a splodge. But it's okay, could have been worse. Then let's take this one away as well. Because this is the one with the ink. This is the risky one. It's gonna be interesting to remove. With just gonna remove it over the bin, okay? Still got a bit of a splodge, but it's okay. It's a tiny one right there. And let me just, might as well. I mean, the color ain't bad. And then Let's remove this one. Okay, cool. I think, oh, and then where is the Payne's Gray? Here. Put a tiny bit there. Get lots on my hands. And just cover up that little blotch of ink that I got there before. Okay, cool. Do people put unwanted stuff? Yes, they do all the time. And do I look? Yes, I do all the time. Do I have space for any furniture? No. But yeah, they do that. Thank you, Laura. Oh, okay, magic eraser, perfect. I literally just have like the tiniest spots. I just know that this is how it starts, right? It goes from this tiny spot to actually my whole table being covered. So I might also like maybe work on having like a white, cartridge paper with big white sheets that I keep on mine. But then again, it will soak through. So I need something that's a little. What do you put on your desks? Oh, dark rest. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you guys like these, and I'm so glad that you are here. I'm having a blast. Yeah, I like both of these. Not bad for acrylic, eh? But I should probably let you guys go. It's been 3.5 hours. I always feel like if I keep doing these really long live streams, people won't tune in because then they'll be like, oh my gosh, how long will she be on this time? Oh, your cats have ruined your. My thing is more so because, like, I know I'll record on here, so I want it to be like a relatively nice-ish surface. Media glass mat. Yeah, a marathoner, definitely. It's because I enjoy it so much. So for me, it's like painting, which I enjoy, and chatting with friends, which I enjoy, and I'm just doing the two together in a super low pressure way. And I guess I just ignore the fact that it's streaming out to the internet. What about yes, party plastic tablecloths? Yes, I think I will try that. Or because before I was using vinyl. I may have some still actually. I was using a vinyl like sticker, like the ones that you can use to like change your cabinets or change your wallpaper. So that's actually what I would use and put on top of my table. And that worked quite well because you can just, if it gets messy, you can get rid of it and it's waterproof. I think I stopped using it because there may have been a bit of a glare, but I'll see, as in like when I was recording, but I'll see that might be a good option. White mountain board. Yeah, I just need something that's matte so that I can record with my lights. Yeah, I get that. I do feel like that with like watercolor because I know it will come off, but with acrylic, I think it's gonna be tricky. If I keep letting that happen. But oh, I'm so glad. I really like this. I've had a really great time experimenting with these colors, and I am excited to see what else we can make. I'm kind of comparing my golds. I have so many different gold paints in so many different formats, and they all seem completely different in my eyes. Newsprint would be good as well. I'm just thinking I need something to be that's waterproof or water resistant so that it doesn't just seep through and go to the table anyway. But honestly, thank you guys so much for watching. You are the real MVPs. I really appreciate you. And I guess I'll see you guys again next time. We shall see when that will be. Definitely, I'll make more YouTube videos, but we shall see about live streams. As I say, I love them. Do I love them enough to pay £50 a month? Time will tell. If you've enjoyed this, then don't forget to hit the like button and ignore the traffic outside. As it makes a really big difference to the channel, and it lets YouTube know that actually we do like and enjoy live streams. But honestly, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. I hope that you have enjoyed, all day, whatever day it is, if you're watching this on a replay. I hope that you've enjoyed this and that you've maybe created something as well. And if you have, don't forget to like share it with me or share it on Discord or Instagram so that I can see. Honestly, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend and a week ahead. And Melissa, no, not for YouTube. To do live streams like with all the features, I would use StreamYard Pro feature, which is what I've been using, which is how I've been able to do the gouache course and like have overlays and invite guests easily. All those things have come through using the StreamYard facility, the StreamYard software, which allows me to create live streams. But that costs £50 a month because I guess usually it's like businesses and everything that are creating it. Twitch, I don't know about Twitch. I've never tried Twitch. I honestly don't know if I have it in me to like add another program on top of everything, like YouTube, Instagram, Ko-fi, Discord, and then Twitch. It might be a bit too much, especially because I see a lot of people moving from Twitch to YouTube. So I don't know. I'll see. It may just be that I do the free ones as I did once more, but it felt so good to have the pro plan. So I don't know. Ooh, we shall see. But as I say, it will balance everything. I know. Costs money to make money. It does indeed, and that's why I think it makes sense for like businesses. I think for me, where I'm making £50 to £60 a month on YouTube, to then pay £50 to use YouTube, it's a little bit blah blah. My laptop. My laptop is better. It's not fixed. It turns on now, which is good. It wasn't turning on before, so thank God for the wins. It's just very, very, very slow to edit videos, which is why it's taken me ages to edit videos. But it's okay. I'm still saving for a new laptop. YouTube does have its own live streaming features, but it doesn't allow you to do certain things easily. So you use StreamYard, which connects onto YouTube and allows you to stream. But things like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but things like, the fact that I can pop up your comments, that's because of StreamYard. So right now I'm seeing it all on StreamYard. So, the fact that I can put it on screen, for example. Yes, I should do that. That's a very good point. I've tried to get better about doing it on Instagram and Discord, but I do need to actually post it on YouTube. But honestly, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you have enjoyed this art haul. Probably won't be the last, but let's say last acrylic haul. I don't know. We shall see. But have a wonderful weekend, and thank you again for joining. I really, really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.